Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective, where you get a little bit of something and a whole lot of everything. Happy Monday. It's Monday. It's a bit rainy outside. All good. We are on day 21 of self love. This is the end. And as promised, I will put the link in the comments on Facebook so you can find them and maybe run through the whole thing on your own. Maybe even through April, right? Because there's 34 of them, I believe. I just took out the ones that I thought would really work more in the shadow areas. So, sorry. All right, there we go. Um, Turn off and inwards and try journaling. I know, I told you homework was coming. Turn off and inwards and try journaling. So this is a bit. So just hang in there, okay? Grab a cup of your preferred beverage and sit by yourself for a while. No TV or other distractions. Consider the amazing things now taking place in your life, your greatest aspirations, and the best ways to achieve them. So, that's what they wrote. Okay. I, on the other hand, added a lot. I added a lot. So take this time to think about something that might be on your mind or bothering you. Maybe on the flip side, it's been a pleasant day. Reflect. Now, journal it. How do you feel? Is your head spinning from having so many thoughts? Oh, we're back to them now. So I guess it's just a mixture of both of us. So, I will break this down. Okay. How do you feel? Is your head spinning from having so many thoughts? No matter how bizarre, cruel, depressing, or horrifying they are, list them all on paper. Whatever it takes for you to let it go, do it. Um, keep it in a notebook. Keep it in a notebook. Regular journaling can be a crucial component of your self love practice. God, you think I've never read before, right? Okay, let's try this again. Regular journaling can be a crucial component of your self love practice and will help you gradually recognize the value. On the flip side, journal even on a wonderful day. Remind yourself that journals are for anything from the super dark moments to the super light moments. You can doodle or write or both. You can list gratitude, manifestations, wishes, hopes, dreams. Journals and journaling isn't just for all of the negative things to get out of our head to ease up our soul. It's also a tool to be creative, to share the overabundance of thoughts you might be having. Oh, that part's me, the flip side. My brain is a veritable amusement park of activity, highlighted by the circus of monkeys that run the show. This is no joke. I usually need to get something out of my brain. LOL. So, like I said, this is a mixture of me and them. So that flip side part, that was all me, and I'm not taking credit for it. I'm just saying, if you go looking for this, you're gonna be like, "Hey, where's all that other stuff?" But I want to break this down because this would be the easiest way to go through this. Also, I apologize. I think when I do the shadow work series, I'm going to print. Yes, I still handwrite. Handwriting is cursive is a lost art. It is a lost art. So, grab a cup of your preferred beverage and sit by yourself for a while. No TV or other distractions. So, a lot of people think I'm weird because I know right now because I'm with my dad as he gets better. I usually turn into a pumpkin about 8:30 or 9. But what I try to explain to him is that I don't just go into my room and go to sleep. It's like I go, I shower, I get all my thoughts, and then I start to wind down. But one of the things I like to do is to check in with myself at night with my journal. Sometimes I'll do it in the morning, sometimes I'll do it during the day, but I definitely need to make sure there's nothing left in my head that doesn't need to go in there. So it's really about a winding down time. And you can also fill it with affirmations, right? Maybe you had a bad dream the night before and you want to have a nice dream. So you can do your best to try to fill your subconscious with all this wonderful stuff, all this This one is not blinking. So let's see what happens. Hopefully it catches both of them, yeah? So you're like, how many mics do you need? Um, you know what? I am my own production crew, and how many times have my mics died? So let's just go with this. This is the backup. So, anyways, sometimes when I don't know what's going on in my head, when I'm very unclear on why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, as a side note, I do struggle with a dinged up mental health, which is I do have depression, and I fall under the mental health umbrella. But and the reason I want to point that out is because there are times where we just, that little chemical imbalance comes back and whaps you upside the head, and you're like, what's happening? And there may not be a reason, or there may be a reason you just can't think of. But there are times when I literally do not have a reason, and I'm just kind of like, why am I feeling this way? And I will journal it, and believe it or not, I used to not journal that. I'd be like, well, whatever. But now I do journal it. And I used to just journal all the good stuff, right? All the happy stuff. But now I journal everything because there's so much in my head. I mean, my brain never stops. I mean, I even dream all the time. My brain just doesn't seem to stop. And so I'll just journal and say something like, not feeling all that hot today, not feeling all that great today, not sure why. I'm not sure if there's a reason or if it's just a thing. And strangely enough, 9 times out of 10, I will feel better. Maybe the 10, right? Maybe that one thing out of the 10 is something that's buried in me that needs to be addressed that I just don't realize. But most of the time, if I am having those feelings that I have no idea where it's coming from, I'm just kind of like, okay, I'll just journal it and say, you know what? I have no idea. I have no idea. And again, surprisingly, most times I feel better because it's kind of like, okay, this is just a moment. This is just something happening, ride through it, move past it, heal it, move on. So now journal it. How do you feel? Is your head spinning from having so many thoughts? No matter how bizarre, cruel, depressing, or horrifying they are, list them on paper. Get them out, up and out. Get them up and out of you because you do not want to carry this um, tension in your shoulders, tension in your neck, stress, right? That's all stress. But for the most part, a lot of that comes because we're holding things in that we have no idea that we're holding in. And it's just kind of like, it just becomes too much sometimes. And it's just like you're going to explode, right? Like a little tiny volcano, just going, oh my God, I can't handle this, or whatever. Oh my, whoever, I can't handle this. And so when we face these shadow things, I will be talking about these things because, a lot of times we don't want to face these things. We don't want to write them down because they are potentially a shadow aspect or just something that we don't want to deal with. We don't want to think about. So we tend to shove it down. But the problem is for many of us, not all of us, but for many of us, when we shove it down, it does eventually come back up. I have been that person. I know people that can shove it down, or they say they shove it down, but actually I think what they're doing is they're dealing with it in that moment and just letting it go. But to them, it might feel like they're just shoving it down and going, whatever. Maybe that helps them feel better to know that, it is on their mind. And, it's not like they're just like being blasé about it, right? So, however you deal with it, whatever it is best to get it up and out of you. Okay. And a simple notebook will do. You don't need to have a fancy journal. You can get loose leaf paper and a binder from like the dollar store, right? And just write. And if this is stuff that you don't want people to know, you can throw it away. You can shred it. You can safely burn it. Okay. Because there are burn rituals out there. And burn rituals aren't just a metaphysical, spiritual thing. Burn rituals are, you're letting it go. You're letting it go into the universe, into the ether, into the heavens, whatever, however you want to refer to it, but you're letting it go. And it's more of a symbolic thing of just, releasing. And like I said, please do that safely. Please do it safely. As a girl who lives in a state where we're constantly on fire, it feels like, do that safely. But you can also just put it in water and let it just fall apart on its own. So there are a lot of things you can do People don't need to see your things. You can lock it up if you want, whatever it is that you choose to do. People should not be looking through your private thoughts. All right. For me, I don't care. That's what I do. I have thoughts, and they're really, you know, they're not overly private, but they're things that we need to get out of ourselves. So if you are struggling with that, journaling can really help you get all that icky stuff out. Don't just hold it in. Okay. Don't just hold it in. Um, when it comes down to it, your journal, whatever kind of journal you pick, it can be your best friend. It can be that confidant, that person that, or that object that will not judge you back for how you're feeling. It will not judge you back for, what you're thinking. It's just a place to put your thoughts so that they don't grow into something bigger and potentially worse and even medically stressful. All right. Because, tension can cause, stress can cause tension, and that can cause a lot of other stuff to happen. So just be careful with that. All right. So the next part, whatever it takes for you to let it go, do it. Keep it in a notebook. Keep it in a notebook. I don't know why I keep struggling with that part when I'm reading this. Keep it in a notebook. Like I said, it can be anything. You can go to the dollar store, get a binder, get a pack of loose leaf paper. You're out the door for like $3 or so, right? It could be, the legal pads. It can be whatever you want it to be. You can be on your computer. It can be on your phone. Journaling does not have a rule. It doesn't have a rule. Actually, I lied. The only rule journaling has is to get it out of you. You can't journal in your head. Okay, you can journal on your electronics. You can journal on paper. If you want, you can be all creative and journal in the sand at the beach. All right, whatever it is, and let the water take it away. Right, that's another thing that we can do that just washes it all away. And it doesn't mean it washes away the pain and the feelings, but it means that you're acknowledging what is happening inside of you, and you're giving it a place, you're giving it a little home to just try to heal it and then let it go. Okay. But you have to let it go. And that's the purpose of getting it up and out of you. All right. So, regular journaling can be a crucial component of your self-love practice and will help you gradually recognize the value. Um, this is the last day for self-love. If you were just joining me today, I highly recommend going back through the other days. You don't have to watch it all, but just, at least get the first part where I'm reading what the lesson is. And like I said, I will put the link into the Facebook comments on this, because it's the one where, I'm going to use the Facebook comments for that, because you can just click on it and go. All right. So, hopefully you have access to it. But if not, like I said, it's lifehack, lifehack.org, and it's 34 lessons of self-love. So, and like I said, I pulled 21 of them that I really thought would hit the shadow parts that aren't just the regular things that we talk about with self-love, like your affirmations, looking at ourselves in the mirror and saying we love each other or we love ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. Self-love is an incredible gift that you give yourself. Self-love it's hard, because we grow up conditioned to think, oh well, remember guys, we talked about this the other day, we talked about this at the beginning. Self-love is a desired characteristic. It is not narcissism. All right, narcissism is a unhealthy love of yourself. You know what, let me just read it again. Okay. Self-love, regard for one's own self-being and happiness. Again, regard for one's own well-being and happiness, a desired characteristic. Narcissism, having an excessive or erotic interest in oneself or physical appearance. There you go. All right. So yeah, practicing self-love will help you gradually recognize the value of self-love. It will be, again, one of the most important, if not the most important gifts you will give yourself in this life. It can be hard if you make it hard. It can be easy if you just allow it to happen. If you go with the flow and you don't fight it like I do or generally did, you are going to discover that it is so beneficial to you. And it has taken me a long time to get there. I finally got to this point where it's like, when you talk about self-love and people make the comments like you're being a narcissist, and you're not. I just kind of like, I just tell them, no, it's a desired characteristic and I deserve to treat myself kindly. I deserve to be kind to myself. I'm not saying anybody else has to be. I'm not saying I want you all to just, bend the knee to me. No, this is something I do for myself personally. And that's what self love really is about. It's a desired characteristic. But when we embrace that self love, we are able to pour from a full cup because we're not looking for our happiness outside of ourselves. Happiness that happens outside of ourselves, that's a bonus. Yeah, that can make your cup overflow, right? Overfloweth. But when we're looking for happiness and we have, outside of ourselves and we have an empty cup, your cup is going to remain empty. It might be full for a little bit, but it's like that little hole, the little pinhole at the bottom, right? And it's going to drain out because you're not in that moment anymore. You could buy someone the best birthday present they've gotten their whole birthday that day. You could be like like, wow, I can't believe so and so got me this, I'm so excited, blah blah blah, and you're just feeling all high and great and like, yeah, I did that and blah blah blah, and then you get home and it's done because you're not in that situation anymore. You might have those fleeting moments of, yeah, I was the superstar present giver today. But then it's gone, right? And you're like, oh, and I'm not saying that you bought that person that one gift because you wanted to be the superstar giver. No, you bought it because you knew they would like it, you knew they would love it, and it just happens to be their favorite thing. But then that feeling is fleeting because you're not in that situation anymore. But when we have self-love, we do our best to keep our cups full. We do our best to keep our cup, in a place where we can pour without giving so much of ourselves that we deplete ourselves. Um, Self love, like I said, can be difficult. It is not something that, is going to just change your life in the way that you're going to be happy every day. Let's be realistic. All right. Friday's lesson was being realistic. We are going to have bad days. But what I've noticed with self love is that now that I've really kind of found my footing within the world of self love, I find that my bad days, I mean, sometimes they're just so bad, I just throw in the towel and it's like, whatever. But I'm finding more and more now that those moments that could have gone further don't. I embrace my self love. I try to remind myself, hey, this is just a moment. This is just whatever. Embrace your self love. You are enough. You are okay. If you were an asshole to somebody, you said your apology, let it go, because if you hold on to it, it's just going to be bad. And, when you apologize, mean it. And, you just kind of learn how to let it go. And for me, I'll journal it. I journal my good and my bad now. I'm not perfect. I'm human and I'm going to have my moments where I just like, you know, but when you embrace your self love, you are finding a way back to yourself a lot faster and a lot quicker than you probably would have if you were just continually beating yourself up and making yourself feel bad about who you are because, you slipped and you were human for a moment, right? We're human every day. We're human every moment. From the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, from womb to tomb, right? We're human. We're not going to be perfect every day. And and like I said, I am perfectly imperfect. I have no misconceptions that I will ever be perfect, but I might be perfect for somebody, but for me, I'm perfectly imperfect and I'm perfectly happy with that. I used to be a perfectionist. I used to shoot for perfection, and all it did was stress me out, make me upset, and I'd cry a lot because it's like, I just felt like I wasn't enough. I felt like even when I hit that, what I thought was perfection, it wasn't enough. And that's why I struggle with explaining perfection to other people because, yeah, there might be your perfect person out there. You might be your perfect pet out there. There might be your perfect outfit or your perfect bedding or your perfect pillow or whatever it is, your perfect journal. But there's always going to be something else that, is perfect for you. And that's okay. That's great. You're finding that one thing that brings you a lot of joy in that moment. But when we shoot for perfection on a personal level, I don't think it really exists because, like I said, once you get there, it's still not enough. And you have to keep going and going and going until you're basically like Icarus flying too close to the sun and your wings are melting, and you're just like, uh-oh, just do your best. As sibling always tells me, we do our best. We do the best that we can every day. And if you think that your best could be better, then work on it. But if you think your best could be better because you didn't smile at every single person that day, then just, you know what, you're human. All right. So this is what I added. Journal even on a wonderful day. Remind yourself that journals are for anything from the super dark moments to the super light moments. You can doodle. I doodle a lot. If I don't know what to write, I doodle a lot. I mean, I draw flower. I mean, I'm not an artist, but I draw shapes and stuff. Or you write, or both. You can doodle and write. You can list gratitude, manifestations, wishes, hopes, dreams, failures, whatever it is, just get it out of you. Journals and journaling isn't just for all of the negative things to get out of our head to ease up on our soul. It's also a tool to be creative, to share the overabundance of thoughts you might be having. My brain, I kid you not, my brain is a veritable amusement park of activity highlighted by the circus of monkeys that run the show, usually on Red Bull. I usually need to get something out of my brain. LOL. Now I remember why I wrote that, because when I was writing this last one down, I was like, all these thoughts started happening. I'm like, I should just share this. I should just share how random my brain can be. And my brain can be random. I mean, a lot of times when I'm not dealing with anything, most of my journal entries are just so random. It's not even funny. I mean, there'll be times and I'll just be like, too tired to write today. I try to journal every day. And I keep myself on track the best I can by doing that. And like I said, if there are times when I'll open my journal at night, realize, oh, I haven't journaled, and it's like, nope, I'm good. I'm too tired to write. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I usually do the next day. Sometimes it's a couple days in a row. It's like, nope. But I'm making a point to open that journal and to put something in it to make sure I am being present in my own life. So let's just go over the quick 21 things that we had. I'm not going to read them, but we'll just go over each one. So day 1, cast out the idea that you have to be perfect. All right. Day 2, understand that sometimes societal expectations offer unrealistic standards. Number 3, live in the moment, even if just for a moment, every day. Day 4, embrace the fact that you can't control everything. That's a big one. Day 5, tighten your circle. Let go of toxic relationships. Day 6, be unique. Be yourself. Be you. Be you, who you are. Don't be who your version of somebody else. Be you. Okay. Day 7, forgive yourself. That was a good one. Day 8, check in with yourself emotionally. Journaling can help there. Day 9, remember who you are. Remember who you are at the core. Okay. Day number 10, give yourself permission to love your body. That can be such a difficult one for so many people and for so many reasons. It's not even about being thick or thin, right? Or tall or short. It could be a myriad of reasons why you hate your body, why you don't love your body. So just give yourself permission to love your body. And for people that are saying, why do I need to give myself permission? I will tell you, I did that once. I just told myself, I looked myself right in the eyes in the mirror and I said, I give you permission to love yourself and your body. And I said it a few times until I felt it. And when I felt it, it was like I gave myself a hug. Because all of a sudden it was like, oh, I get it. I get it. I am allowing myself. You're working through all that stuff, all that conditioning, and you're saying, hey, you know what? I got this. Day 11, list positive things about yourself. Day 12, don't be afraid to be creative. Be creative. Who cares, right? Day number 13, stop being too tough on yourself. Day 14, setting time boundaries. Yeah, that was a big one. Day 15, stepping outside of your comfort zone. Day 16, treat others with love and respect. Treat others with love and respect. Day 17, follow your passion. Day 18, laugh. Laughing is the best medicine. you know. Day 19, give up the need for approval from others. That's a big one. And remember, just to build on that, giving up the approval for need from the need for approval from others. What other people think about you is none of your business. I know that sounds harsh. I know that sounds mean, and you're like, wait, but it is my. No, it's not your business, because somebody out there is always going to have an opinion. And if we let other people's opinions affect us, it is going to affect our self love. So, let them be jackasses, all right? Let them be hurtful or whatever, because that's their problem, and they're going to have to deal with it. And they're going to say it to the wrong person and go, well, I don't know who you're talking about, but if you don't like them and they don't like you, then you must have said something to them. Mm-hmm. Number 20, or day 20, be realistic. That one was very important. I'm going to read the first part of that really quick, because I really, really want people to grasp that. Okay, being realistic. Um, this is one of the key things you're going to need to know about self-love. Nobody on this planet experiences happiness every second of the day. Do you understand the reason? We're all human after all. We all make errors and have mixed emotions, and that's okay. Embrace your humanity. And of course, today's turn off and inwards and try journaling. Don't try it, just do it. Just do it. I have some friends that I mentioned it to, and they're journaling more and more, and they're finding the benefits in it. One of them said, I always thought about doing it, but I've never really done it. But now I'm doing it, and it's actually very helpful. So, you know, I like I said, I love to write, so journaling is not that hard for me. I should say it's not hard for me to find the pen and paper. Some days it is hard to get it all together. So that's that. That's that. Um, I'm not sure. I really want these lessons to kind of stick. All right. I want these lessons to really kind of stick. I want everybody to go back and really kind of think about these. So I might take tomorrow off. I'm not sure yet. I may come on tomorrow, because the lessons I have for self or for shadow work are 4, and they'll fit perfectly in this week. And that's something I'm struggling with, because I like the puzzles, where everything just fits perfectly. And but I also want today's lesson to really kind of sink in. But I also don't want to take the rest of the week off, because I want the shadow work is going to be very important, and it's kind of the what is it? Is it the epilogue or the prologue at the end of the book? I can't remember. For as many books as I read, I can't remember this stuff. But it's that little blurb at the end, that just kind of fills in everything you may have had questions about. And um, shadow work for me was a game changer when it came to my self love. So I think it's very important that we do cover the shadow work. All right. So, just as a heads up, the shadow self is composed of both positive and negative aspects of yourself. So, definitely going to cover those. Remember again, if you don't have Facebook and you don't want to go there, lifehack.org, just like it sounds, and 34 lessons of self love. You can find it in there. You can search it. And again, thank you all for watching, for hanging in there for the 21 days of self love. I hope it helps you. I really, really do. Like I said, this is about my 4th or 5th journey of going through 30 days of self love, and this time and the last time, I think I was a little bit more disciplined. We didn't finish the last one, I know, but that was a pretty basic one. But self love can be scary. It can be, because, like I said, we're conditioned to think all these different things. It's okay to embrace who you are. It's okay to love yourself. Like it says, self love is a desired trait. Self love is not saying, hey, you over there, you should be paying attention to me because I'm amazing. No, self love is looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, hey, you in the mirror, see me, because we're amazing. I'm amazing. You're amazing. However you want to put it, between, you and yourself and I, right? Me, myself, and I. So, just embrace that part of you that really wants to be seen, that unique aspect of who you are. And remember, you're human. You're not going to be, 100% every day. And Again, even if it's just for a moment, be present with yourself at one point in the day. If you're on your way to work, take about a minute to sit in your car and just take a deep breath. If you're on your way home, take a minute to just sit in the car and take a deep breath, before you set out to make your journey home. There's so many ways we can find time to be present for ourselves, but a lot of times we're not. And that's why journaling can be so important, because journaling allows you that time and that space to be present in your life. All right. So again, have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to do tomorrow or we're going to start back on Wednesday. So maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, definitely Wednesday. There will be a show. I'm here 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, Facebook Live. All lives are public under Shelly Marie Lucas. You can also check me out on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. YouTube is where I upload the videos. Instagram. And under Instagram, it's under Shelly Marie Lucas. And then on the Aloha Perspective, I do share the story. There's also a Facebook page, the Aloha Perspective, where I do share this video. And of course, on the other ones, I do upload the videos. And on Twitter, it's under Shell Bell's Quest, okay? Because my quest is to help people be okay with their mental health, all right, and their bodies. So again, have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this journey of self-love helps you. If not, go back and watch the videos. But remember, the key thing to self-love is embracing it and reminding yourself that you deserve this. And it is the greatest gift you will ever give yourself. Have a great day.